Howdy and welcome. You are listening to A Mom's Guide to Wine, a guided wine tasting with candid reflections on motherhood. Here we spill the tea, but never the wine. We are your hosts, Eliza James
and Rosie Gold.
And we are so glad you joined us for today's tasting adventure.
Full disclosure, for those with little ears around, 90% of our topics and language will be more on the R rating scale. Also, we are not professionals or experts. We are simply sharing our experiences and including some Google searches for support. We are amateur wine enthusiasts and professional moms. That is our skill set.
But first, the wine.
Oh, of course.
And today's wine is from Beringer, Main and Vine. And it is a Chenin Blanc. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. Chenin.
I'm not sure how to say that. I wonder if it says on the wine itself.
So we have it sitting on ice. I'm trying not to drip it on us while we take it out. So it's a Chenin Blanc. It says it's from Main and Vine that was established in 1876. So 1876. And I guess we should apologize in case you hear noises in the background because...
That little call out was definitely my kiddo.
We can hear our kids. Yeah.
There's a storm coming and they were planning on playing outside.
And it has not gone well.
So also, if you hear the rumbles and thunders, no, we didn't get a new sound system.
No, we did not.
It's just the Lord helping us out today with our topic. Anywhooser.
Yeah, anywhoos.
I wonder if it does say on here... how to pronounce it, though, because sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does.
No, it doesn't.
But Main and Vine, they say they're nestled at the end of Main Street, America, where the shops fade into the California vineyards. That's where you will find Main and Vine. It's a wine where time-honored values blend seamlessly with generations of winemaking craftsmanship to create one of America's favorite wine brands.
And it's from Livermore.
Livermore, California.
That's interesting. Livermore.
I've never heard of it. But I will say that Beringer wine can be found, I believe, like literally everywhere, and it's very cost effective. I think most bottles average around $5 to $6. So if you're looking for an inexpensive route, this would be the one to go.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, I've never had this one, but
it says it's semi-dry.
Yeah, it says it's a semi-dry.
I should go well with all
I've
of
never
our
had a
barbecue
Chenin
type
Blanc,
things.
So. It says this wine is meant to be enjoyed with a variety of foods ranging from Asian to Mexican dishes. I also read somewhere online where it says it's an ideal choice for your casual backyard barbecue with friends. So that's kind of cool. The taste is supposed to be a well-balanced wine with aromas and flavors of crisp citrus, melon, and spicy ginger.
So it might have a little bite to it.
It should. And the fun fact about this is it comes in either a 750 milliliter bottle, which is your typical wine bottle, or they sell them in the big jugs.
Oh, okay.
1.5 liters. So you can double your size of wine.
The one that reminds you of like the old cartoons where they have the XXX bottles.
Yeah, it's one of those. This only has 11% alcohol by volume, so we're probably going to fill it. Let's be honest, we'll probably fill this one.
Just a little bit.
So, I guess let's open it. Let's get on this bad boy.
I like the color. It's like not quite sage, but the green that they used, I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got the foil is green. The labeling is green, and the wine itself is this yellow. I mean, it's yellow.
Straw.
Yeah, maybe. It's yellow. It's a very yellow color.
Corn in a bottle.
There we go. Oh, it didn't pop. Well, that's kind of disappointing.
And the foil's going everywhere.
Yeah, let me take the foil off. I don't want... The good news is I did not break the cork, so we should not have cork in our wine. Ooh, smell that.
Oh, now you're taking my technique of smelling the bottle, right?
Yeah, smell the bottle. That smells good.
Ooh, it does smell good. I can definitely smell all that citrus already. Mm-hmm. All right, let's pour it up.
I feel like it smells like... I'm getting the melon.
It's giving you a heavy pour. We need it tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to need that tonight. Ooh, that's nice. Here's the cork. Again, you want to put it back in, you don't have to. It's an option.
All right. While it's still Not bloated?
Yeah. Maybe.
Done.
There you go.
Close enough.
So, this being a white wine, we did chill it, so we have it sitting on ice. Though, I think this would have been better a little colder, really, but it's still good. It is crisp. It does.
It smells like apples.
It does smell like apples. Like, I'm getting a very strong apple scent.
I don't remember it talking about the apples. I remember hearing honey and citrus and all that, but...
Yeah, not this. This is pretty good. It's not as dry as I thought it would be.
Not at all. It's kind of sweet to me.
Kind of sweet. Yeah, it's got a short finish. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's...
A little sharp edge to it with the alcohol hits the back of your throat, but it's good.
This would be good with dinner.
We're having potatoes.
With pulled pork.
I love potatoes.
Yeah, me too. My fave. My fave. So, anyway, on today's episode, we're in Season 2, Episode 9, and we are still bringing it back.
Bring it back, baby.
But we're bringing it back to the difficult conversations.
Of course.
So,
we always got to talk about what's difficult, right?
Yeah. I mean, we really want to be thinking more of this as how to navigate an argument. Because in relationships and with children, there's always arguments.
Yes.
Everybody has different ideas of discipline and raising them and how to feed them and bathe them and put them to... Like, everybody has an opinion on it.
And there's all those different little stressors that then creep into your personal relationship with your significant other, whereas a lot of those, you could be talking about extended family and friends. Mm-hmm. But it also creeps into your significant other.
Yeah, it just adds to it. You're just stacking the stress, right? Like, think of them as boxes, and we're just basically building
because they're not doing everything perfectly the way you would.
No, exactly.
But that's why you're different people.
That's right.
And it's okay.
It's okay. That's why you're with them, is because you love them for who they are. That's what I tell myself every day. I love them for who they are.
Deep down. Well, do you have your comfortable bra on?
I know, right?
I think that's why they have that old saying where getting your panties in a twist. I know people, depending on the user, it could be quite inappropriate when they use that phrase.
True story.
But literally, any kind of inconvenience, it's going to elevate that argument.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to say things that are going to help bring down defenses. So asking questions can generally do it, and rephrasing questions, right? Like, you want to be like, why? But that is, first of all, it is a question, but it's a very abrupt question.
And you don't have to, like, lead them through the conversation, but you can help them bring up the next statement that you're kind of aiming at by including it in your statement. Mm-hmm. And I know that's kind of confusing to people who aren't, like, overanalyzing what they're trying to say. Mm-hmm. But if I say something about how, are your panties in a twist? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then you might talk about your panties and how they're doing down there.
Yeah, and I'd be like, no, my panties are not in a twist.
It just leads to the next thing.
But yeah, you want to be asking the questions. And anytime you are in an argumentative state, you want to be trying to have a discussion instead of a yelling match or one-sided. One-sided means it's a speech. You don't want to be talking at your partner. A monologue. Yeah, so it should be a discussion. That means there should allow for back and forth. And it is not easy to do these things. My husband and I will have a discussion, and I'll be like, what is your deal today? Like, I don't understand. Did I do something to upset you? And he'll be like, it's not you. It is this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, well then how can we fix what we're going through in this very general moment to get you past whatever it was that bothered you earlier? And so, but that's a discussion, right? Because I'm asking, he's answering, he's providing his part of the dialogue. Otherwise, it's just me ranting at him, being like, you know what your problem is? You need to get it together. You need to let bygones be bygones, and that's not helping anybody.
Well, in a similar situation, I tend to guess wrong that someone's upset, specifically my significant other, and because he's so stoic and he's so quiet, and so when I ask, are you upset? Are you angry with me? He goes, no, not at all. And then 0 after that. Like, nothing else. Like, that is the end. And so I have to do a lot of leading the conversation in my life, which is fine because I've learned really well how to get more information.
Mm-hmm.
And if I get like one word answers, which is just very common for my husband, he's just that way. And there's a lot of humans that are that way.
Mm-hmm.
So try not to overstimulate them by asking them too many questions too fast, too rapidly, because then they shut down.
Yeah. And you know your partner, like, you should know
mine
how
don't
do
do that.
they handle this. Yeah.
This wine's great, by the way.
I know, I'm really liking it. Like, I keep going back for more. Also, don't call them a liar. Actually, you shouldn't do any name calling, like, at all. Like, that should be, like, the number
lied,
one.
you can talk about the lie without calling them a name.
Right, because name calling just brings up those walls really fast. It also puts them on the defense, and you will get nothing else out of the conversation from that
just
point.
Focusing on the fact that you called them a name.
Mm-hmm. So no name calling when you're in these heated discussions. You can call them arguments too, but
I say it's when I get passionate.
Passionate, I like that.
I get very passionate very quickly. So I've already told y'all I have a lot of health problems, and coming with that, I'm in chronic pain. So when I'm in a higher level of pain, I have much more passionate discussions than probably what life calls for.
I can understand that too.
And so sometimes my husband will think that we're having an argument, and I don't think we're having an argument at all. It's about global warming, and I'm just being passionate about it. It's about something completely not related to us. Yeah. Nothing we can do about it, but that's the story that I'm gonna go off on today, and so I have to recognize that in myself and calm myself down.
Yeah, and that's good that you can recognize it. I think being able to recognize where you're at is important to handling these discussions better.
Yeah, because he thinks I'm angry, and I'm not at all. I'm just being loud.
And you're like, we haven't even been there. Like, I don't know why we keep going there. Like, I'm not there.
I just want to understand why people grow mulberry trees. I just want to understand. And I'll just be going off about it.
That's nice. So, but if a conversation is not de-escalating, then you should do a cool down and reconvene. And we call that a tabletop.
Yep.
We're tabling
Let's table it.
So it's become a tabled conversation. We will discuss it after we've both calmed down. That can be, it's usually within the same, 24 hours. I'm not going to say the same day, but we try not to go to bed angry at each other. It does happen because nobody's perfect.
We don't normally table things for very long either, and we don't table things very often. Mm-hmm. But I will say that if you table something and you didn't put a timestamp on what you're expected to come back to, okay, within a week we should be talking about this again.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you ruminate on it because it's been 2 weeks and you haven't said your expectations to your partner.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're ruminating and ruminating and ruminating. Now you're building this up into a big war when it was just a little mini battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So good example of that is Father's Day is around the corner. I don't know, by the time this releases, Father's Day might have passed, but Father's Day. And I asked my husband, I was like, what do you want for Father's Day? And he goes, I don't know. And I said, well, if you don't tell me, I'm going to pick.
Yeah.
And if I pick and you hate it, you have to tell the children how much you love it. And he was like...
and act so in love with the item.
Yeah, and he goes, well, can I have a week? And he kind of snapped at me, and I went, excuse me? And he goes, I'm sorry, that came out really harsh. What I meant to say is, can I have a week to think about it and get back to you before you go shopping? And I went, yes, actually that's
a great compromise.
Quite appropriate. Let's do that. So in a week, I expect an answer. So by the time he hears this episode, we should already be past this, and I should have known what he wanted for Father's Day. So there is that.
I never know what to get anybody for Father's Day.
I know it's not like a heated discussion, but I feel like it's a nice way.
It's a disagreement. That could have gone south.
It could have, but he was like, let's a week. So putting timelines on things is okay. And if you have the opportunity to do so, you should.
And just don't be catty about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You better talk to me about this in 2 days. I wouldn't recommend that.